care much for Michael Thornton anymore. He writes lots better songs than me. Jonathan, too, is a twisted soul, but I like him because our minds twist in the right direction. Is that a new guitar you did today? Hey, Lee, I know you know what you signed up for, but he called me today wanting to know about microphones, and he's got a new guitar, so you know what you're in for. Wesley Shearer here. I met Wesley through the pool, through Joe Thomas. Marshall, where's Marshall at?
I'm hiding back here.
Y'all know Marshall?
Marshall's second player.
James, I really wasn't sick tonight. It was a publicity stunt. After Allison put me in the paper, I said, man, I got to do something to top that. So I faked being sick and I showed up late wearing no panties. But Joe Thomas, when we started this thing, this, as everybody knows, this is the beginning of the third year. Had 12 people here. Nobody got paid, and we didn't know if it would last or how it would work. And now we have people coming from New York, Nashville, from all over the country. There's people here the third Tuesday of every month, and the crowd is just, it's amazing to get to play your music, and it's one of the few times a year you get to be an artist instead of a beer salesman in a bar with a football game above your head. And, you know, to put it in a metaphor, it'd be like you trying to have a conversation with somebody with their back turned for 3 hours and they don't even acknowledge you. And that's what we do most of the time. But Joe Thomas, I don't know how many of y'all know the story about Joe. You know, he was killed in an accident 5 or 6 months after we started this thing. And he was an incredible guy. He was one of those guys that definitely gave more than he took with him when he left. And the first one we did, at the end of the night, we all did a cover song. And that's become our tradition. And I practiced really hard. I was going to play some new songs I've written, but since I've got the opportunity to play one song for you, I'm going to do a cover song. And the first night that we did this, we all did a Bruce Springsteen cover song. Yeah. And I'm going to do a Bruce Springsteen cover song that very few people have heard, but it's kind of ironic that it has Joe's name in it. And I didn't make this up. I don't have to live this part. Jenny's not here. I saw Jenny Thomas a week ago. She came to a show I was playing, and man, she looked really good. She looked good. She had no cane. There was no crutch.
I talked to her earlier. She was planning on coming tonight. Her knee was bothering her tonight, but she was planning on coming tonight. So.
But to tell you a little bit about Jenny, when Joe got killed, I didn't call anybody in his family. I didn't call her. And Joe and I were really close. He was as good a friend as I've ever had. I just couldn't cope with it. And I'm usually pretty good about stuff like that. And a month went by, and I didn't talk to anybody. I didn't go to any of the memorials, any of the fundraisers. And I'm driving home from Montgomery after a gig one night, and I look down and my phone's ringing. It's Jenny. She's calling me. But man, I can't talk to her. I can't talk to her. Feeling like the shittiest person in the universe. But I answered the phone, and here I am. Now, she just lost her husband, and her herself is critically injured. And, man, we talked for an hour, and we laughed, and we cried, but she was the one helping me. I wasn't helping her. She was the one helping me. She reached out to me. And I think that just epitomizes what Joe and Jenny had and what kind of people both of them were. Man, he was the happiest guy in the world when he died. And I just don't know many people that will ever have that luxury to be he was at the zenith of his happiness. And it showed. So I'm going to dedicate this last song to Joe, and it's a Bruce Springsteen song. So. Build the Eiffel Tower to stand alone. They could build another if they please. The Taj Mahal, pyramids of Egypt are both unique, I suppose. When they built you, brother, they broke the mold. Sometimes something comes along, you know that for sure it's the only one. The Mona Lisa, the David, the Sistine Chapel, Jesus, the Jenny and Joe. When they built you, brother, they broke the mold. When they built you, brother, they turned dust into gold. When they built you, brother, they broke the mold. They say you can't take it with you, but I say that they're wrong. 'Cause all I know is I woke up that morning, something big was gone. Into that cold dark ether while you're still young and hard and cold. When they built you, brother, they broke the mold. Well, now the hour's upon us, we return your ashes to the earth. And I know that you'll take comfort in knowing you're roundly blessed and cursed. But love is a power stronger than death, just like the song